We want to have a homeland back. It's that simple.
Germany gave shelter to more than 1 million refugees in 2015, but Pegida wants to curb immigration and accuses authorities of not enforcing existing immigration laws.
All migrants from other European countries have come to Germany because of the welfare benefits. We fear that in 10 years, if the country continues like this, it won't exist anymore.
Pegida's anti-immigration demonstrations have gained a lot of popularity since 2015, as many people reacted against Angela Merkel's government for accepting so many people. Pegida was founded here in Dresden in 2014. Since then, its members have been gathering once a week to chant anti-Muslim and anti-immigrant slogans.
Is Germany's famed welcoming culture unraveling under the weight of its own idealism? This question lies at the heart of the debate on Germany's handling of the immigration crisis. As the nation struggles with economic strain and cultural tensions, many are left wondering if Angela Merkel's open-door policy was a grave miscalculation.
We just really worry about the future of our country.
Und das als letzte Konsequenz, und so habe ich das verstanden, dass es gemeint war, als letzte Konsequenz eventuell auch mal von der Schusswaffe Gebrauch gemacht werden muss. Das ist doch eine Sache, die selbstverständlich ist.
The solution for Europe is Festung Europa. Wir müssen wieder Kontrolle gewinnen über unsere Grenzen, wer hineinkommt und wer nicht.
Germany is a desired immigration destination for many because of its powerful economy. However, last year Germany saw a surge of over 50% in asylum applications, pushing the migrant reception system into crisis. Many media sources and certain political parties in Germany and other European nations have contended that the federal government's open-door policy, often attributed to ex-Chancellor Angela Merkel herself, is the primary or only cause of the inflow and increasing problems.
Anti-refugee demonstrations have been held in the eastern German town of Bautzen. Tensions have been running high there since 400 refugees, mainly from Syria, were settled in the area over the past year. The demonstrators, led by far-right groups, want the refugees out and Germany's borders sealed. Ali Mustafa reports.
The town of Bautzen in eastern Germany has become ground zero for the anti-immigrant movement and protests that are sweeping through eastern Germany and other parts of this country. These people say that Angela Merkel has betrayed them by opening up borders to refugees who they consider to be criminals. They say these borders need to be shut and the flow of refugees needs to be stopped. About 800,000 refugees have come into Germany over the past year, and in response to that, far-right groups such as this, are taking a stand against what they believe are criminal elements being allowed into the country. These protests are being led by various far-right groups, which is quite active here in Bautzen, in Dresden, and elsewhere in eastern Germany. In the suburbs of Bautzen, about 1,400 people have been resettled, and as a backlash against this, these movements are flaring up across Germany and specifically in towns like Bautzen.
Amid a growing consensus, the right wing criticized the German government for its perceived failure to manage the influx. In response, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz made a significant policy shift, implementing tighter immigration measures.
The Chancellor appears to be trying to show he's not soft on migration.
I don't want to use big words, but I would like to say that I believe this is a historic moment as we sit here. In light of an unquestionably huge challenge with very large numbers of migrants and irregular migration, we have managed for all levels of the state to closely cooperate, which is necessary. People expect this of us.
There will also be an overhaul of deportation rules, supposedly making it easier to remove those people whose asylum applications have failed on deportation flights like this one.
I mean, why I understand that Germany and its citizens, they have every right to defend themselves, their culture, their values, their children, their future. Just like every country in the world have every right to do the same too. I have no problem with that. I'm just scared that this might lead to another Holocaust situation if care is not taken. Because I truly believe that the real enemy here is not even the refugees or immigrants that come from different countries. Because most of these guys, they just want to work and live a stress-free life. I mean, I know so many of them that if they have the opportunity, they just want to work and take care of their family, send money home to their loved ones. That's all they care about. And of course, are there some bad eggs amongst them that just want to exploit the system and take advantage of the system? Absolutely. And I'm all for kicking those people out because they are also part of the problem. But to lump all of them into a box is not the right way to go. I mean, we have people from other European countries that are also taking advantage of the system. How do you reconcile that argument? I mean, the point I'm trying to make here is the real problem, the real issue that we all have, the common enemy that we all have is the media. And we are not even focusing on that. Now, what do I mean by this? I truly believe in my heart that the information you receive over time tends to form your perception and, of course, leads to your reality. And that's just the honest truth. And this is coming from me. I mean, I'm a Nigerian. I live in Germany. I came to Germany to study from Nigeria. And I came here because of the information that was being fed. So I understand fully why these people are making these decisions to come here. I know firsthand what information does to you. I mean, I'm Nigerian and I came to Germany to study. And I left everything back home. I left my family, I left my job, I left my house, I left everything back home to come here to study. Why? Because I was exposed to information like this. Imagine turning on your TV every day and then you're bombarded with information like this on a daily basis. Every time you see TV, you see this. Everywhere you look, you hear nice things. You hear good things about Europe, about the West. You hear different nice things. We rarely see the bad things about Europe. And this is what has formed our perception over time, that when you come to Europe, everything is going to be nice. You're going to buy a car in 2 weeks. You're going to buy a land in 1 week. You're going to send, some family go as far as selling lands, borrowing money to send people abroad. It's because of the information that they receive. It's because of what they are being bombarded on the TV every freaking day. This is why they make such decisions. I know some of you will be like, yeah, but Charles, nobody forced you to come. You still made the choice anyways. Absolutely, you're right. I made the choice to come here. Leaving everything back home to come here was not an easy decision. I can tell you that firsthand. But I made the choice anyways to come here. But I can also make the same argument for you guys too. By saying, I understand you guys are being bombarded with negative things about the Middle East or about Africa. Imagine owning your TV every day and then you see things like this.
It's finally getting better. Slowly, she's starting to drink more, a relief for her grandmother, Susan.
When I brought Kaka here, she was swollen all over, but now she has improved. Her appetite is back. Only her feet are swollen. I'm hopeful. At least she can open her eyes.
The swelling is caused by severe malnutrition. Her mother wasn't able to breastfeed. She was also malnourished and too weak to bring her 18-month-old girl here, Susan says.
If this hospital weren't here, I don't know what would have happened. Our child would have died. No idea where I'd have taken her.
Susan says they simply don't have anything to eat in her village, which is 8 hours walk from here. The harvest was bad, food prices skyrocketed, and the region has been largely cut off from aid since war erupted last April. Many, like Namarik Ismail, had to flee the violence. She was working as a nurse in Khartoum when bombs exploded around her. She decided to leave the capital.
On the way, I was very scared because people were being robbed. And then there was the danger of being raped. Some of us, about 3 or 4, managed to get out, but a few stayed behind. My father and brother are still missing.
She was lucky and made it unharmed to the Nuba Mountains, more than 700 kilometers southwest of Khartoum. Relatives there took her in. After a month, she found work at the region's only hospital. Since the beginning of the war, more and more malnourished children have been arriving here. Namarik has been waiting for medical supplies for months.
We have medicine, but not enough. We're lacking important painkillers and antibiotics. We have to refer patients with serious illnesses to hospitals in other regions.
Aid only occasionally makes it to this remote area. Namarik says she is angry at the two generals who are vying for power with complete disregard for the people.
Hemeti and Burhan are fighting each other, but the people are the ones who suffer. They have nothing left. I think neither Hemeti nor Burhan are suitable to rule Sudan. Someone else should rule the country.
In this already neglected region, the last hope of the people is that the war will soon end and urgently needed help will finally arrive.
And when I was a kid, they said, eat every bit of food on your plate because there's people hungry in Africa.
The conflicts in the Middle East could soon escalate in a big way. U.S. officials believe Iran is preparing a retaliatory attack against Israel, possibly within hours. CBS correspondent Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington, D.C.
Attack that could include more than 100 drones, dozens of cruise missiles, and possibly ballistic missiles aimed at military targets in Israel. Iran vowed retaliation after a deadly airstrike on its embassy in Syria earlier this month that it blames on Israel.
And I can also make the same argument that yes, of course you saw these things like this, but still it's not an excuse for you being ignorant. You should have still gone there to see things for yourself. That would be stupid and naive of me because I understand what information does to you. So I'm not going to come here and blast you or make you look like an idiot for believing what you see. Of course, I will advise you to go there and see things for yourself, like I did, and I realized it's just a lie. But I had to come here to see for myself. So what I'm trying to make you understand is I understand why you guys think the way you think. I understand why you guys think Africans are poor or the life in Africa is poor or the Middle East is chaotic. It's because of what you guys have been exposed to. I understand what information does to people. I understand it firsthand. I am a living experience. And it's painful. But it's the truth. And that's why I'm telling you that the problem we have is not the refugees or people coming here. The problem is the media. If they are sending the right information to people, I can guarantee you 100% the immigration crisis is going to reduce. I can tell you 100%. If people are getting the right message. But what we get is the censored information. Yeah, we get on one side of the coin, we get bombarded with all the nice things about Europe, and then on the other side, you guys get bombarded with the negative things. So let me ask you a question: where would you rather go? The nice place, the safe place where you think everything is rosy, or the chaotic place where you think people are poor, there is no peace of mind. Where would you rather go? I'm asking you, where will you go? Put yourself in the shoes of these people for once. Empathize with them. Where would you go if you are fed with this information? Every time you put on your TV, you are bombarded with both informations. Where would you go? Where would you go? Let's be honest. Where would you go? It's easier to blame people. It's easier to blame it on someone else. But put yourself in the shoes of the person. What would you do? Like I said, I'm all for kicking out people that are not adding to the economy. People that are coming here to exploit the economy. I'm all for kicking them out. But don't lump everybody in the same bracket. Because it's a recipe for disaster. I'm trying to make you understand this. I want you guys to understand why people make choices. I want you guys to try as much as possible to empathize. I know it's difficult. I want you guys to understand that you think it's really, really easy for these people to come, to leave their family and friends, to live their life back home, risk their life, and come over to this place. It's difficult. I have done it. I did it. And I can tell you, it is difficult. And I came here as a student. I didn't even come here as an asylum seeker. And I'm telling you, it's difficult. If we don't try as much as possible to empathize and understand why this is happening, because it's very important to understand why something is happening. If we don't understand why and we just act emotional, we risk history happening again. Because from what I see, this is the same ideology that led to the Holocaust. It's just a different messenger. I'm out.